Deuteronomy 1. Parashat Devarim, the words that Moses spoke. These are the words that Moses spoke to all Israel across the Jordan in the wilderness in the Arabah opposite Suf, between Paran and Tophel, Labad and Hazarath, and Di Zahab. It is 11 days' journey from the Horeb by the way of Mount Seir to Kadesh Barnea. Now Moses spoke to Bnei Israel according to all Adonai had commanded him for them. In the 40th year, in the 11th month, on the first day of the month, after he had struck down Sihon, king of the Amorites, who had lived in Heshbon, and Og, king of Bashan, who lived in Ashtaroth and Edrei. Across the Jordan at the land of Moab, Moses began to explain this Torah, saying, Adonai our God spoke to us at Horeb, saying, You have stayed long enough at this mountain. Turn, journey on, and enter the hill country of the Amorites and all their neighbors in the Arabah, in the hill country, the lowland, the Negev, and by the seashore, the land of the Canaanites, and the Lebanon, as far as the great river, the Euphrates. See, I have set the land before you. Enter and possess the land that Adonai swore to your fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give to them and to their descendants after them. Bad report and poor response. I spoke to you at that time, saying, I am not able to bear the burden of you by myself. Adonai, your God, has multiplied you, and here you are today, like the stars of the heavens in number. May Adonai, God of your fathers, increase you 1,000 times as many as you are, and may he bless you just as he's promised you. How can I bear your load and burden and bickering by myself? Choose for yourselves wise and discerning men, well known to your tribes, and I will appoint them as your heads. You answered me and said, The thing that you have said to do is good. So I took the heads of your tribes, men who were wise and well known, and appointed them as heads over you, leaders of the thousands, thousands of hundreds, leaders of 50s, leaders of 10, and officials for your tribes. I commanded your judges at that same time, saying, Hear the cases between your brothers and judge fairly. Between a man and his brother or the outsider with him, you must not show partiality in judgment. You must hear the small and great alike. Fear no man, for the judgment is God's. The case that is too hard for you, you shall bring to me, and I will hear it. I commanded you at that time, everything you should do. Then we journeyed from the Horeb and went through all that great and terrible wilderness that you saw on the way to the hill country of the Amorites, as Adonai our God commanded us. Then we came to Kadesh Barnea. I said to you, You have come to the hill country of the Amorites, which Adonai our God is giving to us. See, Adonai your God has set the land before you. Go up, take possession, as Adonai God of your fathers has promised you. Do not be afraid or discouraged. Then all of you came near me and said, Let's send men ahead of us to explore the land for us and bring us back, worried about what the way we should go up into the cities, and we will enter. The idea seemed good to me, so I took 12 men from among you, 1 man from each tribe. They turned and went into the hill country, and they came to the Wadi Eshkol and spied it out. They took in their hands some of the fruit of the land and brought it down to us. They also brought back word to us and said, Good is the land that Adonai our God is giving us. Yet you would not go up, but rebelled against the command of Adonai your God. In your tents you grumbled and said, Because Adonai hates us, he has brought us out from the land of Egypt and to hand us over to the Amorites to destroy us. Where are we going? Our brothers have discouraged our hearts, saying, The people are greater and taller than we are. The cities are greater and fortified up to the heavens. Besides, we have even seen the children of Anakim there. Then I said to you, Don't tremble or be afraid of them. Adonai your God, who goes before you, he himself will fight for you, just as he did for you in Egypt before your own eyes. And in the wilderness, where you saw how Adonai your God carried you as a man carries a son, everywhere you went until you came to this place. Yet for all this you did not trust Adonai your God, the one who goes before you on the way to scout out a place for you to camp and to show you the way you should go, in fire by night and cloud by day. When Adonai heard the tone of your words, he was angry and swore an oath, saying, Not one of these men of this evil generation will see the good land that I swore to give your fathers, except Caleb, son of Jephunneh. He will see it. Yet to him and his children I will give the land that he has walked on, because he has followed Adonai wholeheartedly. Adonai was even angry with me on your account, saying, You will not enter there. Either Joshua, son of Nun, who stands before you, will enter there. Encourage him, for he will enable Israel to inherit it. Moreover, your little ones, whom you said would become plunder, you and your children, who today have no knowledge of good or evil, they will enter there. To them I will give it, and they will possess it. But as for you, turn away and journey into the wilderness by the way of the Sea of Reeds. Then you answered and said to me, We have sinned against Adonai. We will go up and fight, just as Adonai our God commanded. So each of you strapped on his weapons of war, figuring it was easy to go up to the hill country. But Adonai said to me, Tell them, Do not go up and fight, for I am not with you, and you will be defeated by your enemies. So I told you, but you would not listen. You rebelled against the command of Adonai and presumptuously went up into that hill country. The Amorites who lived in that hill country came out against you, and they chased you as the bees do, and scattered you from Seir to Hormah. Then you returned and wept before Adonai, but Adonai did not listen to your voice or pay attention to you. So you stayed in Kadesh many days, like the days you had spent before. Deuteronomy chapter 2, Moses recalls wilderness journey. Then we turned and journeyed into the wilderness by the way of the Sea of Reeds, just as Adonai told me. We went around the hill country of Seir for many days. Adonai spoke to me, saying, You have gone through this hill country long enough. Turn to the north. Command the people, saying, You are about to cross into the territory of your relatives, the son of Esau, who dwell in Seir. They will be afraid of you, so be very careful. Do not provoke them, for I will not give you any of their land, not even a footprint, because I have given the hill country of Seir to Esau as a possession. You are to buy food from them for money, so that you may eat, and then you are to buy water from them for money, so that you may drink. For Adonai your God has blessed you in all the work of your hand. He has known your wanderings through this great wilderness. These 40 years Adonai your God has been with you. You have lacked nothing. So we went on past our relatives, the sons of Esau who dwell in Seir, away from the way of Arabah, from Elath and Ezion-Geber. We turned past, and by the way of the wilderness of Moab. Adonai said to me, Do not harass Moab or engage them in battle, for I will not give you any of this land for possession, because I have given Ar to the children of Lot for possession. The Emim used to live there, a great and numerous people as tall as Anakim. These people are also considered Rephaim, like the Anakim, but the Moabites call them Emim. Now the Horites used to live in Seir, but the son of Esau drove them out and destroyed them from before themselves and settled in their place, just as Israel did to the land of its possession that Adonai gave them. Now rise up and cross over the Wadi Zered. So we went over the Wadi Zered. The time that we traveled from Kadesh Barnea until we crossed over the Wadi Zered was 38 years, until all the generations of the men of war from within the camp came to an end, as Adonai had sworn to them. Indeed, the hand of Adonai was against them to destroy them from within the camp, until they came to their end. Now when all the men of war had finished dying from among the people, Adonai spoke to me, saying, Today you are about to cross the border of Moab at Ar. When you come opposite the sons of Ammon, do not harass or provoke them, for I will not give you any of the land of the sons of Ammon for a possession, because I have given it to the sons of Lot for a possession. That is also considered a land of Rephaim. Rephaim used to live there, but the Ammonites called them Zamzumim, a great and numerous people as tall as the Anakim. But Adonai destroyed them from before them, and the Ammonites dispossessed them and settled in their place. It was just as Adonai did for the sons of Esau who dwell in Seir. When he destroyed the Horites before them, they drove them out and settled in their place even to this day. As for the Avim who lived in the villages as far as Gaza, the Caphtorim who came from Crete destroyed them and settled in their place. The defeat of Sihon and Og. Rise up and journey on and cross over the Wadi Arnon. See, I have handed over Sihon the Amorite, king of Heshbon, and his land. Begin to possess it, engage him in battle. This very day I will begin to put the dread and fear of you upon the peoples everywhere under heaven. When they hear the report about you, they will tremble and twist in anguish because of you. So I sent messengers from the wilderness of Kedemoth to Sihon, king of Heshbon, with the words of shalom, saying, Let me pass through your land. I will only go by way of the road. I will not turn to the right or to the left. You will see me sell food for money, so that I may eat, and give me water for money, so that I may drink. Just let me pass through on foot, as the sons of Esau dwelling in Seir and the Moabites and Ar did for me, until I cross over the Jordan into this land that Adonai our God is giving us. But Sihon, king of Heshbon, would not let us pass by him, because Adonai your God stiffened his spirit and hardened his heart in order to hand him over to you this very day. Adonai said to me, See, I have begun to give Sihon and his land over to you. Begin to take possession in order to take hold of his land. Then Sihon came out against us, and he and all his people to battle Jahaz. Adonai our God gave him over to us, and we struck him down along with his sons and all his people. We captured all his cities at the same time and utterly put him under a ban of judgment every city. Men, women, and children, we left no survivor. We took only the livestock as plunder for ourselves, as for the spoils of the cities we captured. From Aroer, which is on the edge of the Wadi Arnon, and the city by the Wadi, all the way up to Gilead, there was not a town too high for us. Adonai our God gave everything over to us. Only you did not come near the land of the sons of Ammon, all along the Wadi Jabak and the cities of hill country, and wherever Adonai our God had commanded. Deuteronomy chapter 3. Next we turned and went up the way to the Bashan. King Og of the Bashan came out against us, he and all his people, for battle at Idri. But Adonai said to me, Do not fear him, for I have handed him over to all his people and his land. You will do to him as you did to Sihon, king of the Amorites, who lived in Heshbon. So Adonai our God also handed over King of Og of the Bashan and all his people, and we struck him down until no survivor was left. We captured all his cities at that time. There was not a town that we did not take from them. 60 cities, the whole region of Argob, the kingdom of Og in the Bashan. All these were cities fortified with high walls, gates, and bars, in addition to a great many unwalled towns. We utterly destroyed them, just as we did to Sihon king of Heshbon, utterly destroying every city, men, women, and children. But all the livestock and the spoils of the cities we took as plunder for ourselves. So at that time, we took from the land of the 2 kings of the Amorites, the land across the Jordan, from the Wadi Arnon to Mount Hermon. Sidonians called Hermon Sidon, and the Amorites called Sinir. We took it all the cities of the plain, and all the Gilead, and all the Bashan, as far as Salcah and Idri, cities of the kingdom of Og in the Bashan. For only King Og of the Bashan survived from the remnant of the Rephaim. In fact, his bed was made of iron. Is it not in Rabbah of the Ammonites? 9 cubits was its length, and 4 cubits its width, according to the cubit of a man. Possession east of the Jordan. This land we took in possession at that time, from Aroer by the Wadi Arnon and half the hill country of the Gilead and its cities, I gave to the Reubenites and the Gadites. The rest of Gilead and all of the Bashan, the kingdom of Og, I gave to the half tribe of Manasseh, all the regions of Argob. All the Bashan is called the land of the Rephaim. Jair, son of Manasseh, took all the region of Argob, as far as the border of the Gershurites and the Maccathites. He called them the Bashan, after his own name, Havavath Jair's villages, as it is to the case to this day. To Machir I gave the Gilead. To the Reubenite and the Gadites I gave from the Gilead, as far as the Wadi Arnon, the middle of the wadi as the border, and as far as Jabbok, the wadi that is the border of the sons of Ammon, and Arabah, the Jordan as the border from Kinneret, as far as the sea of the Arabah, the salt sea under the slopes of Pisgah eastward. I commanded you at that very time, saying, Adonai your God has given you this land to possess it, ready for battle. You will cross over ahead of your brothers, Bnei Yisrael, all the men of valor. Only your wives and your little ones and your livestock, I know that you have much livestock, may stay in your cities that I have given you, until Adonai gives rest to your brothers, so that as he has for you. And they also possess the land that Adonai your God is giving them across the Jordan. Then you may return, each man to his possession that I have given you. I commanded Joshua at the same time, saying, your eyes have seen all that Adonai your God has done in these 2 kings. Adonai will do the same to all the kings that you are about to cross into. You must not fear them, for it is Adonai your God who fights for you. Parashat Vayete Kanan. Moses pleads to enter. I pleaded with Adonai at that time, saying, O Lord Adonai, you have begun to show your servant your greatness and your strong hand, for what God is there in heaven or on earth who can do deeds and mighty acts like yours? Please let me cross over and see the good land across the Jordan, that good hill country, and Lebanon. But Adonai was angry with me because of you, so he would not listen to me. Enough, Adonai said to me. Do not speak to me any more about this matter. Go up to the top of Pisgah, look around to the west and the north and the south and the east, and see with your eyes, for you will not cross over this Jordan. But commission Joshua and encourage and strengthen him, for he will cross over before his people, and he will enable them to inherit the land that you will see. So he stayed in the valley opposite Beth Peor.